All right, good Sunday evening, everybody. We are live chatting about the weather for this week. Sounds like my audio is working A-OK. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, guys. We'll be on live for the next 10 to 20 minutes, talking all things weather. Before we get started, going to fix this right here. This is current temperatures, which was from earlier this afternoon, but it's updating, so give it like a minute. But again, feel free to comment down below if you're traveling anywhere this week. If you are doing anything across Texas, we can always talk about the weather elsewhere, across the state, across the country. As a matter of fact, we've been talking about the snowfall and the rain that's been ongoing for the West Coast, for California, Oregon, Washington State, Utah, parts of Arizona and the desert Southwest. They've been been getting a lot of rain and a lot of snow in the higher elevations in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and we'll talk about that because we'll actually take a look at radar out farther west in just a bit. But first, things are looking okay. It's 71 degrees outside, and it looks like I'm okay on audio-wise. If there's any problems with audio, comment down below as well. Otherwise, it is a humid night. It's a live shot with our Morgan's Wonderland camp, which you cannot see much of. Obviously, it's nighttime. Sunset was around 6:35 earlier this evening, and audio is working okay. Let's just fix one thing before we get started. Let's see. That's Morgan's Wonderland camp. That's Tower Cam. That's downtown San Antonio, and there's the airport, right? So I'm switching through the cameras as we speak, and we're going to get started. So here's the airport coming in right now. Perfect. We actually have a landing arriving to San Antonio International on a Sunday night. Maybe some friends and family are on that flight. It's 8:09 on our Sunday night. 78 was the high, so here are today's numbers. If you're wondering if that's warmer than March averages, warmer than normal, it is. If you take a look at that second column, that shows average. So in the morning and the afternoon, those are typical temperatures we see this time in March and this time of year. So we usually hit 49 to 71 on any given year when you average out all the years. But today was warmer than normal, 78, so about 7 degrees above that. And then our low temperature was 63 today, which was about 14 degrees above the average low. So it was a warm day, warmer than typical we see in this time of year. And take a look at the third column. This is really cool. Back in 1943 on this day, the morning low bottomed out at 21, which is the record low for this day. Back in 1901 was 92 degrees. Warmest March temperature ever recorded in San Antonio. I believe it's 100 degrees. I think I actually have a graphic for that. Bear with me. We're going to use it for the 5:30 show. Let's see. We have to unlock this real quick. But yeah, those are today's numbers. So yeah, temperature at 78. There were a few areas south of Highway 90 that hit the lower to middle 80s this afternoon with the sun peeking out through the clouds. It was a spring-like day with spring-like humidity, and that's why we're going to see fog overnight. So if you're heading out early tomorrow morning, kick and start your week, getting back to work, back to school, it will be a little foggy to kick off early Monday. So we were talking about earlier, the hottest temperature in March ever recorded. I can't tell which year it was, but it was 100 degrees. I think it was back in the 1950s. It should be on your screen in just a second. Let's see if it pops up. And it's just taking forever on my end, so bear with me, guys. Right there we go. So those are the typical temperatures we see in March. By the end of March, we're near 77. Our lows are back in the 50s. Coldest temperature ever recorded in San Antonio in the month of March, 19 degrees, hottest 100. Average rainfall is 2.3. So March is actually historically a wet month. We have some rain in the forecast, not that much rain. And I think most of this month will be pretty dry with the exception of a few days here and there. Outside right now, it's a little gloomy. We're at 71, southeast winds at 8 miles an hour. Tomorrow's forecast. Before we get to that, I want to talk about temperatures in the metro. Earlier, we weren't receiving any data, but now I think it has repopulated on the map, which you'll see right here, hopefully. Just going slow. Yeah, there we go. It's repopulating. There we go. 62 at Bandera, 68 at Hondo, 74 at Moore. Same thing at Divine at this hour, and 72 at Stinson. We have 60s across the hill country. Now, with this pattern in place, more importantly, the south winds from the Gulf of Mexico. That increases our humidity, and that's why we're not going to see a huge fall off in temperatures overnight. As a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, probably middle to lower 60s at best. Some models keeping us in the upper 60s overnight, so only a few degrees cooler than where it is right now. So not a huge dip in temperatures overnight. It's going to be mild to warm early Monday, and that's a big reason why we're going to see some fog overnight. Tomorrow's high temperature, middle to upper 70s, winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Let's double check. Here is tomorrow morning. We can't rule out a few areas of light rain, mainly the variety of drizzle, mist, sprinkle activity, and that's about it for tomorrow. But that may lead, when you add in fog to that equation, that may lead to some slick spots. Foggy conditions may reduce the visibility, obviously, so leave early tomorrow if you can. It's not going to be foggy widespread. It's not going to be foggy everywhere, but when you add in some light rain, patchy drizzle, it could make for a difficult commute early Monday. And then the clouds are stubborn all day long. You can see this is tomorrow at 4 o'clock, middle to upper 70s, maybe near 80 in some communities south of Highway 90, towards Cotulla and Eagle Pass and Laredo, but it is going to be a pretty warm and spring-like day under mostly cloud cover for tomorrow for your Monday. Out west, very active. We're losing satellite, but we still have the radar. Notice a lot of rain and snowfall moving from California to Nevada, Salt Lake City, to Denver, Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevada Mountains as well, and to the Pacific Northwest. It's very active, and it's just ongoing, right? It's because of these west-northwest winds aloft, and what that's doing is just transporting more ongoing rounds of moisture and snow and rain for that part of the country. Now, we do have a cold front on the way. We haven't updated this yet, but it should push through sometime this upcoming Friday. So between now and Thursday, it's warm, it's humid. Mornings are foggy, afternoons are a little sunny here and there. I would think Tuesday is the sunniest out of the next 4 to 5 days. As a matter of fact, Tuesday will be hot. We'll be right around 80 to 90 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Heaviest rainfall between now and probably next weekend will be anywhere from Houston to Louisiana to Alabama in the southeast United States, where some areas will pick up 3 to 5 inches of rain in that part of the country. San Antonio, obviously not seeing much. We'll see up to maybe a quarter to a half an inch optimistically. But the main takeaway between this weather pattern coming up will be heaviest rainfall rates and totals will be east of I-35 and east of San Antonio. Dallas, probably a little bit more rain. Houston, more rain. Corpus Christi, not much action. Maybe some sea breeze variety. Morning fog and morning drizzle and morning light rain. But we're kind of in that same rain chance, right? We're not going to see much. But notice anywhere from Louisiana to Georgia between now and this weekend, pretty wet. Just rounds of rain moving through for the next 4 to 5 days for that part of the country. All right, guys, 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, 78, 10 degrees warmer on Tuesday. I would say that's going to be pretty hot on Tuesday. It'll be sunny Tuesday afternoon, which will help temperatures respond. And it'll be warm. Some areas on Tuesday will be near 90 to 91. It's going to be warm on Tuesday for March 5th. Wednesday, more clouds built in, maybe some morning sprinkles, morning fog, and morning drizzle. That's kind of what the 10 and 20% rain chance on the 7-day is kind of accounting for. Kind of that morning variety, drizzle, mist, and foggy condition. But in terms of measurable rain, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're not looking at that kind of rain. Thursday, though, as a cold front starts to move farther south, installs somewhere near I-10, if not closer to Austin, I would say north of San Antonio. That'll spark off scattered showers and maybe an isolated storm Thursday and maybe into Thursday night. It looks like based on the latest models, things will clear up by Friday and this weekend. Maybe a little breezy on Friday with winds gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. Guadalupe, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic week as well. My week's pretty much starting. I work tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so I'll be here at Ken's 5 doing all the fun stuff. We're getting ready for the eclipse in less than 2 months. That'll be on April 8th next month, so about a month away. The total solar eclipse that'll go through Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Kerrville, parts of San Antonio, and up into Dallas. It's going to be a total solar eclipse where the sun is blocked out by the moon. It's going to be an incredible feat. So we're doing some content for that this week. We're doing a lot of good stuff preparing for that. In the meantime, obviously, very spring and summer-like weather. When I say summer-like, mainly on Tuesday with temperatures near 90. Between now and next weekend, we see a little bit of cooler air moving in. Obviously, Saturday and Sunday, highs near 70, mornings back in the 40s and 50s. And again, between now and Wednesday, just kind of morning drizzle, morning light rain. That's pretty much it. Thursday, the better chance at scattered showers and maybe an isolated storm, but nothing severe is in the forecast as of yet. We'll watch tomorrow night for any storms that develop east of San Antonio. Right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions and just some drizzle. Let's double check something real quick. I want to look at Futurecast and look at the models real quick before we wrap things up. David, yeah, 50,000 people are going to watch the eclipse in Kerrville. Yeah, Kerrville, Bernie, Fredericksburg, Lakey, anywhere west of San Antonio going to be a great spot to be for the total solar eclipse on April 8th. That is for sure. Some models depicting some storms out east tomorrow, but I just don't see it. Let's just fine tune something real quick. This is the graph high resolution model. Let's look at the HRRR. Let's double. So obviously some morning rain, morning drizzle. Maybe a few storms out east near Houston, but not anywhere near San Antonio. Yeah, so if you look closely, by tomorrow around 8 or 9 a.m., there may be, it's hard to see that, but I'll zoom out. So let's see if I can move it this way. So just heads up, tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m., there may be a couple of isolated thunderstorms, thunder showers. That could be strong to severe. Doesn't look like it's going to impact San Antonio and the hill country that much. Main takeaway is these storms, if they develop tomorrow, will be in the morning and farther towards Houston, near Galveston, and that kind of area of southeast Texas for tomorrow. So we'll watch that closely. Some of the models have been hinting towards that possibility. Let's see what it's saying by about 12. Yeah, so I would say anywhere east of Columbus, probably the highest threat for seeing a few thunderstorms tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. More widespread threat towards Louisiana, parts of western Louisiana, Lake Charles, down Highway, let's see, I-10, right? So this is east of Houston tomorrow. So there will be a few storms out there, not necessarily here in San Antonio, but farther east towards Houston and parts of Louisiana tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, but we're not going to see much in the way of that kind of activity here in San Antonio. But we'll monitor that and keep you posted. Yeah, Guadalupe, we're going to see some rain, but it's not going to be a lot. Tomorrow and Wednesday, some morning drizzle, morning light rain, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Thursday, better chance for rain, so that could probably, help us out a little bit as we approach the, the halfway mark of March. Hopefully that helps out. Until then, guys, tomorrow, 78, near 90 on Tuesday, sprinkles, light rain Monday and Wednesday morning. Thursday, better chance at more widespread scattered rain. Right now, 50-50 on that. Things clear out by Friday with high temperatures near 70 by Saturday and Sunday. We'll leave it on the forecast a little longer, guys, but make it a great week, and we'll see you later. We'll be on live at KENS 5 News at 10 tonight for the latest on everything you need to know around San Antonio. So tune in then. If not, we'll see you later, and get ready for a warm spring-like week. Yeah, some rain on the way for Thursday. If you want some cooler weather, obviously it's not going to get cold anytime soon, but by this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, highs below average in the upper 60s, lows back in the 50s and 40s with clear skies and some probably cooler weather for the hill country. All right, guys, have a great week, and we'll see you later.